up, you guys? My name is Lex, Lex, and today I'm back with another video, period, okay? Happy New Year. I haven't seen you guys. It's been so crazy. It's been so hectic. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the journey, but Happy New Year. My birthday is on March the 1st, so that's when my new year will start. But Happy New Year to you guys. Today's February the 16th, I think. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to all the single ladies. Happy Valentine's Day to all the taken ladies. Happy Valentine's Day to all the baddies. Love you, okay? Okay, we're gonna do it from this angle because I like this angle a little bit better. It's not so much of a weird like shadow glare, but yeah, so today's video is basically gonna be about how to know when it's time to trim your ends. I did a good trim on me not too long ago. That was like a good little haircut. And just the other day, not the other day, but literally like yesterday, I washed my hair, blowed it out, twisted it up, and I gave myself a light little dust. But I'm gonna be talking about how to know when it's time to give yourself a nice, good trim, okay? When it's time to refresh those ends, get everything back, nice little reset, okay? Like if you're scared, honestly, I can say if you're scared to trim your ends, baby, cut that hair off, okay? Look at me, I'm already back. I imagine y'all can't see, but I'm not gonna show y'all my titty, but my phone fell. I'm already back to pretty much almost nipple length. I couldn't pull it too far because I didn't want to be too, nasty for y'all, but I'm almost back at nipple length, and all I can say is trim those freaking ends. If you're scared to trim those ends, baby, it's holding you back, okay? It's keeping you from the main goal, which is length, which is retention, and everything else. So if you're scared to dust those ends, I suggest you get over it. If you are scared to trim those ends, I suggest you not be afraid to lose a bit of hair. These are my front pieces, and as you can see, my front pieces are past my collarbone. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty long. It's just pretty long. And the only way I've gotten here is to learn to let go of some hair. And honestly, I can say that since I gave myself a trim, it has changed my entire natural hair journey. Like it has changed the entire game for me. It went from a 6 to 7 hour all day wash day to like a good 3-hour process. It went from one to the other really fast with just a trim. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a few signs as to like, hey, look girl, it's time to trim those ends, okay? If I look a little crazy, it's because I didn't want to take my twist out. Like I didn't want to take my twist out just yet. I like my twister in for like almost like a week. Not gonna lie. So how to know when it's time to trim your end? The first sign is your ends are crunchy, okay? So when you are feeling your hair, if it feels nice and soft all the way into the ends, it's time to let it go. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know exactly that you know what I'm talking about. It's that you're running it down your straps and you get to the ends and it just feels a little more brittle than the rest of your hair. Yeah, baby, it's time to let that go. It's time to get rid of that, okay? It's time to cut that off and it's no more looking back, okay, baby? Because, yeah, the ends, that's a clear as day sign that it's just time to let them go. Another one is, this one was really big for me. This one was really like getting me a lot. This one was getting me really bad. But number 2 is, you know it's time to trim your hair when it's super hard to detangle your hair. Like for me, I was realizing that I could detangle a piece and I detangle it and like 2 seconds later, it's back tangled again. Or it's just taking me it's taking me hours on hours to detangle my hair. It was literally taking me probably almost 3 hours to detangle my hair. That's ridiculous. It was taking me so long. And now that I've trimmed my ends, I can literally sit under some water and just detangle it, and it's like so much better. I can't talk about how much different my life has been since I trimmed my ends, how much my detangling has drastically changed since I trimmed my ends. Like, I'm not kidding. Trim your ends, baby girl. Like, it drastic difference. So here's another one that kind of feeds into the other two. Number 3 is if your wash day is extremely long, baby, it's time to trim your ends. Like if you're noticing it's just taking you an overly amount of time to like do anything with your hair, it's time to trim those ends. Like it's taking you way too long to style. It's taking you way too long to detangle. It's taking you way too long to manage all this. It's trim the ends. Get rid of the toxic, okay? Let the toxic go, okay? Trim your ends. I think this video is not gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be too long, which is good. I don't need a long video. I just want something to like dazzle the girls a little bit. Okay, number 4. A way to know that it's time to trim your ends is if you're looking at the curl pattern in your hair and at the ends, the curl pattern changes. Sometimes like girls with like a looser curl, it's very like, you'll see like the ends get straight. For the tighter coil type of girls, you'll see that the ends just get really weird and fuzzy. Like they'll get straggly and fuzzy. That's a clear sign. So if your ends are straight or they're very like fuzzy and weird, that's a very clear sign that they probably need to be trimmed, okay? If it's straight, cut it off. I'm not gonna lie, baby girl. If your hair is anything, if your hands look like mine, baby, the ends of the hair should not be straight. Unless it grew, unless it was born that way, unless it's Maybelline, it shouldn't be straight, okay? So if it is, cut that off, cut the damage off, and let the toxic go, and watch how you're going to probably flourish. Okay, number 5, a good way to know when it's time to cut and trim some ends is if it looks dull. Like, now, it's a very thin line between like, do you need a trim or do you need a good deep clean? Because I do know, as in like, it doesn't look bright and dark. Like dark should be bright, it should be vibrant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have darker hair, it should be dark and vibrant. But if it looks dull and ashy, that's a sign that you need a really good deep clean. I recommend the Indian as a clay mask. But if you're realizing like, damn, I'm losing my shape, like the shape looks really straggly, it looking a little see-through, my shape is not shaping, nothing's really doing what I need, trim the ends, okay? Trim the ends. I don't have my hair cut into a specific shape. I never went, and I really regret this at the beginning of my journey. I always told myself like, I'm gonna wait till it's long and then I'll cut it into a shape, da da da. And now I just like, now that it's long, I have an attachment to it and I don't even care to cut it in a shape anymore because you see how I wear it most of the time anyway. If you do have your hair cut into like a specific shape and you know how that shape is and your hair is just not shaping, it's not doing that, it might be time to maybe trim a little bit off if it's not managing. Like long story short, if your hair is just not managing well, trim your hair. Number 6, tons of hair loss on wash day. That's a big red flag. Like that's a fat red flag that you need to trim your hair. I'm telling you, before I trimmed my hair, I was getting mountains. And when I say mountains, I mean like handful, like a nice little pile of hair. Like a good like a good little hamster size, little guinea pig size, like hairballs. Like I'm losing them at wash day, faithfully thinking like, oh, you know, hair sheds and it's been shedding, it's in protective style for like a week. No, baby girl. No, baby girl. If you are losing that much hair every single wash day, something's wrong. Call the police. I'm just kidding. Number 7, you're noticing that your styles don't last. That's a big red flag too. Like if you just styled your hair on like Monday and your hairstyle doesn't last till like Wednesday, red flag. Like trim the ends. You'll notice like if your ends are really damaged, you'll really do your hair and the styles just cannot come out good. Like if you're doing like a twist out, the style's not gonna come out good if you need a good trim. Your ends are gonna be constantly fluffy and frizzy. Like the rod sets, flexi rod sets and things like that. Those, if you're noticing that they're not coming out good, they're not happening, like it's just not happening, it's just frizz on top of frizz, trim, baby. Trim it off. Like trim, okay? Because that's a big red flag. Like if you're noticing that your styles are not styling, they're not lasting, they're not doing what the fuck they need to do, cut off the toxic. Just like you would that man, when he starts slipping, he stopped doing things that he's supposed to do and how it's go easy for you to cut him off. But it may be a little tough, it might be easy, whichever one, but you're gonna have to get like that nigga and cut it off, okay? You can't be out here and your hair is the one doing you wrong. Your hair is not holding you down because she can't keep a style because her ends ain't trimmed. Don't do that to yourself. Trim your ends, okay? Number 8 is short strands. So when you notice that you're combing your hair, honestly, you really shouldn't be putting that much manipulation on your hair anyway. But that's a video for another time. If you're doing your hair and you realize that there's a bunch of short strands everywhere, like hair shedding, it should be long strands. It should be like complete hair strands. That's why you know it's shedding from the scalp. That's normal, that's natural, that's okay. But if you're finding small, short little pieces of hair, after you're brushing your hair, you find like little half pieces or small pieces, that's your hair breaking off, baby. That's your hair breaking off dead in front of your face, in your eyeballs, and you're ignoring it. That's your hair breaking off right there in your face. Behold, like behold the broken hair. Like literally that is you seeing it and you're still not trimming your ends. So it's gonna keep happening until the breakage keeps rising, okay? So if you're noticing those small little pieces, Either change how you're detangling because you're snagging, or you need to go ahead and trim those ends because they're snagging on their own, and they're brutal, and they're dusty, and they're crusty, and they need a little tender loving care. Okay, they need some TLC. Okay, so what you need to do, if you see the little bitty strands, you need to give yourself a nice little deep condition, a little blowout, and a little trim. Number 9, we're getting to 10. This video is very short and to the point. Okay, we're not talking, we're getting to the point, baby. Okay, so if you're noticing that your hair is very limp, like me, I'm a volume girl. I really don't care for definition. If you're a volume girl, or whichever type of girl you are, even if you're not a volume girl, if you're a definition girl, your hair should still eventually, you know, as black girls, okay, our hair doesn't grow down, it grows out. So your hair should be like, you know, doing what it do. But if your hair is still limp, if your hair is not doing what it do, if your hair is not, if it's not giving volume, you notice that it's very limp and it's not fluffing up, it's not giving that volume like you need to, it might be time for a little trim. Like, not saying now, do your research now. Now, if you know you just having a bad hair day, don't go out there cutting your hair now. Don't do that. But if you notice like consistently, like this is a consistent problem, like my hair is not doing what it needs to do, baby, trim it on off. Okay, and this next step, which is number 10, is gonna kind of go into number 9 a little bit as well. Your ends are drying faster than the rest of your hair. Okay, that's a red flag. If you notice, and this is for relaxed girls, this last little tip right here, this is for relaxed girls as well. Everything's for the natural girls, but this last little tip is for relaxed girls too, so pay attention to this. If you notice that your ends are drying out and the roots are still super wet, and that's normal for like, that's normal for girls with volume, you know what I'm saying? It's normal, you'll see like, oh damn, like it's still like 90-some% dry. That's okay, but you'll also notice that your whole head is damp, right? You'll notice that it's damp everywhere. But if you notice that your ends specifically are like air dry, and you still got flat to like, it's like flat, and then frizzy at the end because it's all dry, and the flat is wet up here, that's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign. Like, that's a sign. Like, if your ends are drying tremendously faster than the length or the straps of your hair and like the stuff, that's a sign. And I do know, do not get me wrong, and do not mistake this with, oh, because my hair included. My hair takes a long time to dry. It does. It takes a long time to dry. But never will you catch my hair dry completely around like right here and the rest of it's still damp. No, like if your ends are dry pretty much completely and your hair's still like wet, that's a sign. And I hope y'all not even getting to that point. I hope y'all not getting to that point, because honestly, that means they're super dry. Okay, that means they're super dry. And they need a little actually just need some scissors. They need some shears. They need something to get it gone. I am not gonna sit here and ramble too much. I just wanted to throw some little tips at y'all. I just want to talk to y'all for a little bit. If you guys like this video and you found it educational, it helped you out or answered any questions for you, give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on all my social medias. This is my Instagram. That's me. That's her. That's her pics, period. Okay. And here's my TikTok. That's her. Follow me on my TikTok, okay? We're growing up there. I just got up there. Y'all the one who told me to get up there, so I got on TikTok. And I need y'all to start hyping me up, okay? Hype me up on TikTok. I be on TikTok, like taking out braid outs, my little mini wash days whenever I'm washing my hair. I put those on TikTok, so if you guys are kind of interested in some like behind the scenes little bit stuff, then definitely follow me on my TikTok, okay? Cool. And last but not least, subscribe to this channel. Duh. Why would you not subscribe to this channel? You just came to this channel for information, and I give you the information. You're not subscribed. You came to this channel, and mind you, if it's not your first time on this channel, and you know this space, and you've seen it before, and you've seen it more than twice, you should definitely be subscribed to this channel, because are you watching me? Which is like, I like you. I fuck with you. We're cool. You can watch me, but like, are you watching me? Like, are you just stalking? Because really, if you're watching me and you come in the comments, you're like, yeah, this my beat, like, what's up? I know you're watching me. This is cordial. This is consensual. But if you're just sitting here watching me without a subby, without a follow back, without a follow on Instagram, without a follow on TikTok, without a sub at least, because that's a little creepy. That's a little creepy, but that's okay. That's okay, because I still love you and I still think you're beautiful. Bye.
I just bought a pistol, it got 30 rounds. Pull up at your